What's up, dude? Come on. What's going on, guys? So today I am finally done with all the paint and everything. I'm looking at getting into this guy right here. So this is the 2.0 dual overhead cam Z-Tech motor that came out of my wagon. I'm going to be taking off my transmission. So there's there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's probably at least 8 bolts that are holding on this bell housing. First thing I'm going to have to do is take out the let's see here. This right here, I believe, is the drain plug, so I'll put a funnel going from there. I'll drain out some of that transmission fluid so I don't make a mess everywhere. So I'll do that first. Alright, so transmission is separated. And I want to bring this outside and degrease it and stuff. And I can lift it, but I'm not trying to mess up the tiger prints, you know what I'm saying? So guess I'll see if I can throw on some dirty sweats, bring this outside, and start degreasing it. Alright, I'm definitely going to clean this some more, but got the first coat. Clutch is finally out. Pretty worn down to shit. Not as bad as I would have thought. Pressure plate is what concerns me, because these little ribs right here are uneven. You can't really see it in the video, but... And the actual flywheel itself looks pretty smooth. I'm probably just gonna put some really fine sandpaper on a drill on that just to really kind of buff it out, make it nice, put some brake clean on it before I put the clutch on it. And I'm definitely gonna have to get another clutch, I'm saying. So I finally got my stage 2 clutch from eBay. We'll see how it comes out. I have a pretty good feeling about it. This is the pressure plate that came in. And I think I spent $160 on this. So I'm going to sand just the edges here a little bit because they have some paint on them. And here's the actual clutch plate itself. Definitely a lot thicker than my old one. And the springs look a lot bigger, a lot stronger. And then I also got throwout bearing that's gonna just bolt right into the transmission there, so I'm not even gonna worry about that just yet. My goal today is to just put the actual clutch back on the flywheel. So I'm going to first sand the flywheel a little bit, make it nice and smooth with some 180 grit I have on the side of a drill. So I'm just gonna sand this down a little bit, and then I got a torque wrench as well, so I'll sand this down, make it smooth, brake clean it all out, and then torque the actual clutch on there. I have a clutch alignment tool that I actually borrowed because mine didn't come with it, so my kit didn't come with it. So
can I tell her what we're looking for and then just say that'd be great. The number is 757-879. Alright, thank you so much, Sarah. You're nice. She said that the best bet on finding pet-friendly properties is to it's perfect. It's literally perfect. But the only problem is that
so on the old clutch plate, it says that the flat side here is the I don't know if you can see that, but it says the flywheel side is the flat side. So that's the way I'm going to do it with the new one. I'm going to put the flat part towards the flywheel, and we'll see how that looks. Okay, we're in there. Okay, so everything's brake cleaned except for the actual clutch plate itself. The metal, the flywheel has been sanded with my drill. I just touched up some spots on the flex plate to make sure that there's no paint or anything on that. This in the middle of each thing. Dude, this fits so snug, it's crazy. I assume this is right. Alright, so everything's pretty much done with this clutch. I needed a little adapter to go from a 1/2 inch drive to a 3/8 inch drive, because those are the only sockets I have. But a good indication that the clutch is centered in properly is that the actual alignment tool has like no stress on it at all. It just goes in and out freely. And a good way to make sure that it does that is just to kind of jiggle it as you tighten all the bolts. So now all I need to do is torque down the bolts from the actual flex plate. And to do that, I just got this torque wrench. It's a Tecton torque wrench. It's like from 20 foot-pounds to 220 or something like that. So I'm just gonna throw this adapter on there. They say that the clutch plate should be between 15 and 20 foot-pounds of torque, so I'm just gonna do 20, be a little safe. And I just need my 10 millimeter, which is right here. So hook that in, and then I'm gonna set this little bad girl right here to, let's go to 20. Alright, so she's all torqued down. I went to 20 foot-pounds, and I was told that you could either do a star pattern or just go 1 by 1, and I just decided to go 1 by 1 because that way I don't miss any bolts by accident. Alright, so I got the intake manifold all cleaned up here, and I actually got some stuff just used from a buddy. We got a oil catch can, bunch of intercooler piping. I got an intercooler. It's in this box. I'm not really going to go into that yet because you'll see it when I put it all together. Most importantly though, I bought this fuel management unit, and if you're not sure how this works, basically it runs off of the boost pressure, and it's proportional in terms of how much fuel it pressurizes in relationship to how much boost you produce. So because I'm not doing a standalone ECU, I'm going to be doing this, and I'll just mount that on the firewall. I'm pretty sure the bottom part here is where the fuel goes back into the return, and then this right here is going to be where you hook up the vacuum. And the guy who had this before me so graciously put a fuel pressure gauge on there, so that'll definitely help. Right, Schnitzel? And then also have the boost gauge. So as far as the intake manifold goes, I cleaned the idle air control valve, which is right there, so I cleaned all that out. I tried to clean all the gunk out of there the best I can. I'm still gonna work on the transmission, and I'm gonna clean it, and I want to paint it, and obviously I still need to do the throwout bearing, and then I'm gonna merge everything back together, and then essentially at that point, other than a couple little things, I'm gonna put the motor back into my car, and I'm gonna do some other little things like take the oil pan off for the oil return line, and maybe my thermostat housing I wanted to do. And I also need to modify my intake manifold so that it can handle boost. But that's going to be it for this video. So thanks for watching, and see ya.